But like my husband was sharing with a precious goddaughter this morning out on the deck, might have been this afternoon. And he started to minister to her. And he said this one phrase that just stopped me dead in my tracks. Can I share what that phrase was? Let me get it. Because he kind of said it in this so many ways. He said, sometimes we hold our dreams so tight instead of holding the one who gave us the dream. I might repeat that. What happens when we do that? When we hold our dreams so tight inside instead of holding and abiding and trusting the one who gave us the dreams, what happens is our voice gets shut down. We might start to feel stuck. We worry. We feel we're not enough. We start believing the lies of the enemy. And then the should-haves and would-haves and couldn't-haves start to pile up. Procrastination. But what will happen if we, instead of just clutching to that dream, I gotta make it happen, then performance comes in there, and then frustration, and then, I don't know, maybe I wasn't meant to do that. You were. If you got a dream inside of you, if you got a vision, maybe it's coaching, writing your book, maybe it's using vocal worshiper and teaching worshipers, maybe it's any of these creative things, maybe it's being a better mom, and that's a dream, and it seems to be falling apart. This is what's so cool about this. Sometimes we hold our dreams so tight instead of holding the one who gave us the dream, said my husband. And I think what happens there is we go from the spiritual, like God gave me this dream. I know it's lined in my very DNA, just as my voice is ready to express that. Voice being worship, painting, being a good mom, marketplace, being a life coach. All of these things are just churning. You know God's called you that. And then you start doubting. So after Dave said that to me, I said, wow, I got to ponder on that. And so just as I was pondering on it, 3 keys, God gave me 3 keys that we could turn from the should-haves, the would-haves, can't do it-haves to, hey, I can activate this dream. Let me get realigned with my thoughts. Let me get realigned to the one who gave me the dream in the first place. So this is the first one. You know me. Simply abiding, no striving, no strive. Sometimes we can get caught up in the hustle, which makes us strive, which makes us driven, and we lose our joy. We start getting all messed up. No strive. Put your trust and confidence in the one who gave you the dream. Who gave you that dream? Where did that come from? It may be so big. That dream may be so big that it has to be God to pull it off. But that doesn't mean you have to freak out about it in the process. Don't freak out in the midst of the process. So, no strive. Put your trust and confidence in the one who gave you the dream. What does that mean? That means often sitting before him and listening. It leads up to number 2. Oh, I love this one. Ask him for strategies. Did you know the Holy Spirit is the greatest marketer? Gotta add that. I read something on Instagram from a friend, Roma, that really hit me because I was asking God some strategies in my own business, asking him for strategies on a particular area of my business. And I came across this, and it just reminded me, listen to this. God is an extraordinary, and outstanding strategist. I thought, wow, that just hits me. And I sent it to a couple friends. And then one friend, I said, I know you know this. God can give us strategies inside our families. God can give us strategies when our vision and our dreams seem to be on hold. But he can still give us strategies. It's on hold. God's the holder of our dreams. So I'm going to remember that he's the one who gave me the dream. So I'm going to hold him as he holds my dreams and my hopes and the timing. So often things are timing. The seasons. So now as the pandemic continues, there's a dream in your heart and you just so excited about it, but yet you're so frustrated because you feel stuck. You feel your voice is shut down. Everything's just circumstances, and you just are flat right there. So key number 1, no strive. Put your trust and obedience even with your confidence in the one who gave you the dream. Number 2, I could go on that one, but let's just go to number 2. Ask him for strategies. I said that God is an extraordinary and outstanding strategist. Use this extra. I always like to think of this. I always call it extraordinary. Use this extra to make what you think is ordinary extraordinary. I believe, lined in that very voice of yours, in your very DNA, I truly believe you have an extraordinary solution to someone's pain point. It might be in your product, it might be in your coaching, it might be in your worshiping. I really believe that as that's lined into your voice. Your voice has the ability, whether your voice is writing or on social media, talking about what God says instead of what you're feeling. I believe you have an extraordinary solution to people who are searching. They may have a dream and they don't know where it is. And then number 3, I love this one. From that place of abiding, work with intentionality in the immediate. Let me repeat that. Work with intentionality in the immediate. So I always use this example. If I was selling cookies for a living, I'm going to invest in the ingredients to make the dough, be making that cookie dough all the time, and my oven's always going to be hot. I'm not going to overthink the cookie dough. I'm not going to spend all my day looking for recipes. Which cookie dough should I use? No, I'm going to focus on the one that I believe will make the best cookie. I'm going to invest in making that cookie dough. My oven's always going to be hot. I think another way we could do this where there's no action, we could sit down to learn and put into action what we need to do, go forward in that particular dream. But is this you find yourself tidying your desk, and then you accidentally opened your email and you start answering these emails, and next thing you know, yada, 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 your day's over and you feel so frustrated because you didn't do what you knew you needed to do to go forward. Frustrated. You could even believe the lie that you just aren't qualified. The lies start. That was a dream, but that's maybe for another time. Or, I don't know. Is that really a dream from God? And you just get frustrated. You feel like you're not enough. Let me focus on this. We're talking about from the place of abiding, work with intentionality in the immediate. I say abiding because this is not a striving thing. This is not a driven thing. This is all about your voice and who you are. It's kingdom. Let me say this. It's kingdom to invest in yourself. Moms, ministers, it's kingdom to invest in yourself. You start looking for things free, they're not exactly what you need. If they're free, there's no price, so there's no need for you to, it's free. I'm not going to pay attention to this as much because it was free. Invest in yourself and go to work on what you're learning. I love this saying. One of my coaches said, imperfect action is better than no action. Another coach said, an excuse is a well-planned lie. Did you notice I said 2 coaches? Invest in yourself. Let me say it again. Imperfect action is better than no action. An excuse is a well-planned lie. Procrastination is a manifestation of fear. I know. I've been there, done that. A lot of times I know how my fear level is by how messy my closet is. Go in my closet. I've got to clean that thing up. I'm dealing with some fear. To me, that's just personal. I go into my kids when they're around. I'm like, oh my goodness, their closet's a mess. Let's talk to them about what they're fearing. They're not in the house anymore, so I have to talk to myself. Again, imperfect action is better than no action. Then you round all these steps 1, 2, and 3 with this truth. Who gave you the dream? God. It's lined in your very DNA. So clutch God, abide in God, hold God tight, ask him questions, and then release the dream in his hands. And what's the beautiful thing is he won't drop you. I was going to have some verses about all that of God not dropping you, and I got so excited, and I have a consult coming up, so I thought, let's just go live and share some truths. This will probably be a podcast because I so believe in you. I believe God has given you a dream, especially for this day we're living in. I believe in many of you, your voices are the extraordinary solutions for other people. It might be in your coaching. It might be in your writing that book. It might be in your idea, marketplace, witty idea that's going to produce a product that's going to really help a lot of people, but you feel stuck. Check yourself. Am I holding my dream too tight? or am I holding God tighter? You know, when Dave said that out on the porch, I had just had a morning of really talking to God about a couple of issues. And it's just like when you really commit your way to the Lord, and what's that verse? Proverbs 16, commit your ways to the Lord and he'll make your, I have it in so many different translations, but it had the idea of commit yourself to the Lord. I always think about how God perfects us in our faith. He perfects us. Psalm 138, I've shared this a number of times because I think we need to know in the striving for our voice, and even next thing you know, we're striving to be perfect. It's got to be perfect. I can't put this out until it's perfect, and then nothing gets put out. I thought about that a lot in the first book I wrote. I thought, I just don't know. And then God hit me. He said, Theresa, do you want your book to stay in your computer, or do you want your book to be on Amazon? I was like, I want my book to be on Amazon. Well, then get to work and put it out there. Same with the second book. I don't have a publisher yet. It's like, oh man, I don't know about this. Put it out there. By the time I had the third one, I was like, okay, imperfect or not, I've gone over this. I'm going to publish it on Amazon and then pray for a publisher. I think if you write and put your head down and write this great book and then submit it, I can't handle all those rejections. Some of you can do that way. So what are you holding on to? Hold on to your relationship with God. Hold on to the dreams that he speaks into you. Sometimes I wonder if this isn't a solution. You have a dream, but you let go of it, meaning you let go of it and put it back in the hands of the one who gave it to you. I think sometimes when we do that, a release can come. Like, wait a minute, it's like a physical in your brain. You're thinking something, which is mental, not physical. And you may physically say, okay, you gave this to me. I really like it, but I'm going to give it back to you. Or you've got an idea and you're like, I think I need to invest in myself to see the keys to make this happen. You're so important. It's bottom line. You have a dream, and it's not an accident that you have that dream. You're very valuable. You're got something in you that someone else needs. If there ever was a battle going on, you could talk about battles of the politics, battles of the pandemic, battles here, battles there. I think the greatest battle, the war, is coming on your voice. And a lot of times inside your voice is that dream, is that vision for someone else. You want to do it because it feels so good, but it really is for someone else. Live or recorded, can I share with you that you are important, you are valuable, you do have a voice, you do have a mission to your ministry. You have a vision to the kingdom business. So let's do this together. I need to do that. Like when Dave said that, I'm like, oh, wow. Because I love podcasting. And I've been studying about podcasting and how to take it to another level. Why? Because I just enjoy it. It's like, it's lined in my DNA. Give me a mic and I love it. Give me something good to say, of course. So that's something that interests you. You want to even have a framework for breakthrough. I always say this, go to inthesweetvine.com. Why? Because I want to see you in the sweet spot. Sometimes to get in the sweet spot, we have to go in the vine and let go and start abiding instead of striving. I didn't try to say that. All right. Danielle, Tina, Anita, Elva, those of you who are watching me live, thank you for watching live. So what are you going to do? You're going to let go of the dream and start holding more closely the one who gave you the dream. Thank you, David Croft. It just went out the back door. See? One thought to stem this going on. And I'm so proud of you. And just waiting to see what God might want to end this with. Yeah. Imperfect action is better than no action. Excuses are well-planned lie. You're valuable. You're important. It's not an accident you're watching this live or recorded. It's not an accident. Why? Because God really cares about you. Because God is arming his people to win this war on our voice. And the first place we win and start holding God more than our dream, God who gave us the dream, is we start with, I'll be forever known for this, I hope, declarations. with the potency of the prophetic. Grab a prophetic word. Maybe that's what you need to do. Wow, that's a good reminder. I have this place on my Evernote. Evernote's something online because I can't read my handwriting, so I type. I have this thing called memory stones, and prophetic words are there. And I'll go, if I'm feeling low or I'm feeling like I'm clutching the dream instead of clutching God, I'll go to that Evernote place, okay? And maybe you need to make an Evernote place. Maybe you need a prophetic word. I don't sell my prophetic words, but hook up at inthesweetvine.com and say, Theresa, I want a prophetic word. Not selling them, just saying that. But I would read these prophetic words. And sometimes I put like paragraphs from dear friends who are like emailing me and they're speaking life over me. And I'm like, oh, I needed to hear that. Thank you. I need to be reminded of that. Because I'm clutching this idea and clutching this dream, and instead of just embracing and walking in the abiding, when I work, let me work with intentionality, not be a, what do you call it, doodle bug and spin out everywhere. I've had my years of spinning out, and fear just squashes me. So I don't want to do that anymore. All right, I really do love you, and I really got to get on this next call, but I just wanted to share that with you. So thank you for letting me share. I really appreciate you that you let me share. This will be in a podcast. I have a Kingdom Mentor podcast. Check it out on iTunes. Would you do that? Kingdom Mentor podcast. And the last couple of words have just impacted me so greatly, and I always love to share. This probably will be in a podcast. I think it will. All right. You know what? I really do love you. I'm trying to find my end. I'm using StreamYard. Do you like StreamYard? I hope it came out clear. Sometimes it doesn't come out clear. But I'm talking to you. You're my people. You're my in the vine people. I'm your dream carrier. Can I carry some dreams? Okay, I'll carry the dream and you give the dream to God, okay? And let him hold it. And then you start that abiding. You start that trusting. You start that asking God for strategies. You start that imperfect work or work prayer from that abiding place, and I'll carry your dreams. I like that. Let me be your dream carrier or a godmother or your mentor. All right. Talk to you in the next broadcast.